Welcome back aboard the Yachty By Nature, a floating palace of questionable decisions and even more questionable tax write-offs. Last season, our intrepid trust fund twins, Jenny and Daniel, dipped their toes into the murky waters of their lineage. This season, they're diving headfirst into the actual grunt work, trading silver spoons for silver polish, all while trying to unearth the truth about their birth mother. Bon voyage, inherited wealth. Ahoy, minimum wage! Presiding over this bold experiment in wayward mobility is the newly minted Captain Lucas, a man whose operational command is as firm as a plate of overcooked calamari, especially when his upstairs-turned-downstairs crush is now swabbing decks under his increasingly flustered gaze. And speaking of unwelcome presences, the guest cabins are being fluffed for one Augustus Thorne, a man whose net worth is only rivaled by his capacity for making everyone around him deeply uncomfortable. So, batten down the hatches and hold your newfound twin close, because ship is, as always, about to happen.
Okay, you got this. Testing! This on? Right, okay. Crew to the main salon, if you please. That's a request from your captain, who is me. It's Lucas. Okay, your captain. All right, meet now, main salon.
Behold, Captain Lucas. From first officer to first time really in charge. He's wearing the big epaulets now, folks, but carrying the weight of command like it's a precariously balanced stack of champagne flutes. Especially since one of those flutes, metaphorically speaking, is Jenny Milton, who is trying desperately to be professional around while his internal monologue sounds suspiciously like a boy band ballad.
Wake up, Jenny! All hands on deck!
Oh, shit! Oh, I fell asleep. Wait up!
Ah, yes, all hands on deck. A phrase that takes on new meaning when you're juggling the exhausting demands of being a yacht crew with the equally exhausting demands of being amateur detectives. Our twins embarked on this journey determined to trade their trust funds for truths, hoping their new crew status would grant them access to the secrets of that 2019 charter involving their mother. The reality? So far, their investigation has hit more dead ends than a poorly navigated dinghy. Between mastering the art of folding fitted sheets and memorizing the eccentricities of billionaires, finding actual clues has proven, challenging. Leading to more than one late-night whisper session, wondering if this whole work-for-a-living/solve-a-mystery plan was genius or just plain certifiable.
Oh, third Sue, Jenny Milton, present and accounted for. I'm so sorry, Captain Sir. I was just conducting a highly scientific survey of the plushness of the main salon carpet with my face. It's very plush. Grade A, 10 out of 10, would recommend.
Fascinating, Jenny. Perhaps later you can provide a detailed report of the lint content. For now, try to remain vertical. It's generally preferred by the paying clientele.
Chief Stewardess Collie, poised, professional, and about as thrilled with her new mentee Jenny as one might be with a surprise root canal. Collie's 5-year plan involves launching a high-end life coaching service. Jenny's 5-year plan seems to involve figuring out which end of the Swiffer is which. And adding fuel to Collie's simmering resentment, she's still not quite over the chaos Jenny caused last season involving charter guest Margot and that mysterious, supposedly priceless bracelet. Margot's obsession with it led to frantic searching, misplaced accusations, and Collie having to perform emergency diplomatic maneuvers to prevent a full-blown guest meltdown. For Collie, who values seamless service above all, managing Jenny's impulsive investigations feels like trying to polish silver during a Category 5 hurricane. But how long can she really hold this grudge?
She was just trying to avoid stepping on the geometrically perfect vacuum line she just laid down, Collie. An admirable effort in spatial awareness, really.
Ciao, bellissimi, capitano. Chef Gianmarco is here, and with him the promise of culinary ecstasy. Jenny, my flower, does not this tomato sing to you of sun-drenched Amalfi afternoons and perhaps dinner later? With me, we can discuss much more than tomatoes.
Ah, Chef Gianmarco. When he's not dazzling palates aboard the Yachty By Nature, he's usually found attempting to expand his culinary empire on land with, let's just say, variable degrees of flaccid success lately. Regardless, back on the water, his recipe for life remains unchanged. A generous serving of self-belief, a sprinkle of theatrics, and an unwavering conviction that the quickest way to anyone's heart, especially Jenny Milton's, is through a perfectly executed dish and an equally flamboyant declaration. Today's special, tomato-based seduction.
Oh my God, Gianmarco, that is like the most tomatoiest tomato I have ever seen. Is it organic? Non-GMO? Is it both? Does it have its own Instagram? Oh my God, it should.
Now, welcome everyone. As you know, our first charter guest of the season arrives shortly. Mr. Augustus Thorne. His preference sheet is, well, pretty extensive. He enjoys, quote, understated opulence, effortless perfection, and has a listed allergy to the color beige, and insincere apologies.
Allergy to beige? Is that even a thing? So, okay, what if he, sees a cloud that's a bit too off-white? Is he gonna need an EpiPen?
I suspect it's more of a philosophical allergy, Jenny, a profound existential aversion to blandness, which, given his reputation, is deeply ironic.
Okay, I literally don't understand what you said, and I also do not understand how we're twins.
Jenny, focus. You're with me. We'll be focusing on tasks that require minimal interpretation, okay? Polishing silver, for instance. It's very straightforward. Shiny good, not shiny bad. Can you handle that, or shall I draw you a diagram?
You know what? A diagram actually would be super helpful. So, okay, are we talking circular or linear polishing motions for the optimal gleam? Because I read a blog post about this, and the lady got arrested, but I think she was right.
Collie briefly considers a career change to lighthouse keeping. The solitude is looking increasingly attractive.
And you, young Daniel, mi amico, you are with me in the gastronomic trenches. We will forge symphonies of flavor. You will chop, I will conquer. And perhaps you can tell me what sort of non-tomato-based topics your lovely sister enjoys discussing, asking for a recipe.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm of no help here, Chef. We actually don't know each other very well. We still have a lot to learn about each other. You could say our relationship is still brand new, uncharted territory.
Okay, all right. Now, let's strive for excellence, people, okay? Mr. Thorne is a VIP who compensates handsomely for our services. So, to your stations, everyone, and let's make this charter a success, okay?
Turbulence is definitely on the menu. And let's just say this season is about to get spicier than a jalapeno margarita. Jenny, bless her newbie heart. Daniel is mentally prepping for culinary Armageddon. Collie is serving up Ice Queen realness, while Gianmarco is radiating romance with a side of garlic breath. And Lucas, the poor guy, is juggling responsibility, a secret crush, and some seriously weird guest demands. Buckle up, buttercups. And so, the crew of the Yachty By Nature braces for impact, or as it's known in the luxury charter business, guest arrival. The air is thick with anticipation, expensive sunscreen, and Lucas's barely concealed panic.
Okay, team. Smiles on, professionalism at an 11. And Jenny, please ensure the welcome cocktail umbrella is perfectly perpendicular to the glass, not jaunty. We're aiming for composure, not a beach party, you know?
Not beach party.
Hey, are you keeping notes?
Oh, yeah. What can I say? I learned from the best.
Huh, well.
Okay, so perpendicular, not jaunty. Like a very serious, tiny, pineapple-scented honor guard.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, all right. Well, so much for serious. Ooh, tiny honor guard down. Code red.
Just retrieve the umbrella, Milton, and perhaps stand by the decorative palm as Khaya suggested.
Got it, Captain.
Ho 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 ho, the delicious crackling tension. Like watching a tightrope walker juggle live crabs. You just know something's going to snap or pinch.
Don't worry, Jenny. If this Augustus Thorne is allergic to beige, a rogue cocktail umbrella might just be the vibrant pop of color his life is missing.
The pressure! It is like standing before the culinary gods themselves. Does this Thorne appreciate the delicate dance of saffron and sea urchin? Or is he a burger and fries barbarian? The not knowing it is a torment.
But do try not to scratch the Vuitton, darling. It's vintage.
And there he is, Augustus Thorne, walking thesaurus of smug, with a jawline you could use to slice artisanal cheese and an aura that screams, I own your soul. I just haven't decided where to display it yet. Augustus Thorne, a titan of tech so disruptive it borders on the unethical, made his billions by developing an algorithm that predicts viral trends with unsettling accuracy, allowing him to manipulate global markets with a well-timed meme. His latest venture involves monetizing dreams through a neural interface, promising users the ultimate personalized entertainment while quietly harvesting their subconscious data.
Mr. Thorne, welcome aboard the Yachty By Nature. I'm Captain Lucas, and we're all thrilled to have you.
Charmed. You must be Bernadette's replacement? Well, now, and who might you be? The welcome committee or the main attraction?
Kali, sir. Chief Stewardess, it's a pleasure to have you on board. May I offer you a cooling towel and a welcome beverage?
Kali, like the goddess. Appropriate. I'll take that beverage. And perhaps later a more in-depth tour of your facilities? From you, specifically.
If inappropriate subtext were a competitive sport, Augustus Thorne would have more gold medals than Michael Phelps. And if silent seething was an event, Daniel might have just qualified for the trials.
Wow, he's direct. Is that what they call executive presence? Because it feels more like HR incident waiting to happen.
Something like that, Jen. Keep your distance.
Captain, I trust my bags will find their way to the master suite, and my usual brand of single malt glacier ice only is already on board. Yes, it was on the preference sheet, page 47, subsection D, paragraph 3.
Yes, of course, Mr. Thorne. Everything is to your specifications, and Kali will show you to your suite.
This way, Mr. Thorne. We hope you'll find everything to your liking.
And just like that, the fox is in the henhouse. Or rather, a new billionaire is on the boat, and the crew's collective blood pressure is already charting higher than his stock portfolio. This charter, dear listeners, is just getting started. While Mr. Thorne is being escorted to his palatial master suite by Collie, an experience akin to a gazelle leading a particularly self-satisfied lion to the choicest patch of Savannah, the rest of the crew buzzes with a mixture of dread and intrigue.
And this is the primary stateroom, Mr. Thorne. Full walk-in wardrobe, ensuite with rain shower and jacuzzi tub, and, of course, a panoramic view. Jenny is just bringing in your preferred brand of artisanal, single-origin, volcanic filtered bottled water, chilled to precisely 8 degrees Celsius, as requested.
8 degrees, you say? We'll see. The last establishment that promised 8 degrees delivered a tepid 7.5. Heads almost rolled. And the hangers, are these cedar? I trust they're cedar. My cashmere abhors lesser woods.
Volcanic water, Mr. Thorne. 8 degrees of pure, unadulterated H2O from a volcano that promised it's very, very sorry for any past eruptions. And the hangers are decidedly woody, sir.
It's cedar, Jenny. Just confirm it's cedar, and perhaps less commentary on the volcano's emotional state.
Feisty. I like it. Like a badly trained but amusing puppy. See that my shirts are arranged by color, then by fabric weight, then by emotional significance. The blue silk I wore when I crushed my first hostile takeover should be easily accessible. It inspires me.
Of course, Mr. Thorne. Jenny will see to it.
Excuse me. I need to check the sink's water pressure.
Jenny, just make everything look neat. Standard 5-star hotel practice, okay? You learned that in your extensive online pre-training, right?
The module on advanced guest eccentricities was a bit vague. I think I focused more on the towel origami beyond the swan.
What the hell is that supposed to be?
It's an anchor!
Well, it's giving bouquet of uncircumcised dicks. Fix it!
Meanwhile, in the galley, a different kind of drama was unfolding. One less about thread counts and more about crashing empires.
Scusi, Daniel. The world demands my attention. Probably another Michelin star calling to surrender itself to my genius. No, non è possibile. The auditors, that little verme Francesco, he swore, maledizione. My flagship, il sogno dorato. It cannot be.
What is it, Chef? Is everything all right?
Daniel, who had been mentally preparing himself for lectures on the soul of a perfectly seared scallop, found himself an unwitting audience to Chef Gianmarco's financial implosion.
Bene, all is just a minor setback, bagatelle. My empire, it merely strategically downsizes to focus on new ventures. Yes, new ventures like understanding the muse. Daniel, my friend, your sister, the lovely Jenny, she is an enigma wrapped in a riddle dusted with gold leaf, no? We must research for culinary inspiration, yes? The computer.
Uh-huh. Research Jenny. What exactly are you hoping to find, Chef? Her preferred canapé? Or her star sign?
Details, Daniel, details. What makes her heart sing? Her favorite flower? Is she perhaps a secret lover of the tragically misunderstood anchovy? These are vital questions for a man who wishes to cook for her with deepest affection. Look, here she is at the Save the Manatee Gala. So graceful, even with a slightly bewildered manatee mascot.
There's still so much I don't know about her. We really are the worst twins ever.
No, my friend. The worst twins ever are definitely Jaime and Cersei Lannister.
Facts, bruv. What I'm more interested in, well, everything. What Jenny's life was like before. Well, before she knew about me. Oh, that's a lot of charity events. And something about winning a most creative fascinator contest at a polo match. The fascinator appears to be the miniature Eiffel Tower.
A woman of taste and whimsy. She is perfect. Daniel, we must learn her soul's palate. Does she prefer Bach or Beyoncé? Prosecco or a robust Chianti? Like my craving for her.
And so, while Jenny was upstairs folding innocent towels into what can only be described as 69ing dolphins, downstairs, Gianmarco and Daniel embark on a deep dive into her digital footprint, each for entirely different yet equally compelling reasons. One seeking romantic conquest, the other fraternal connection. Ship is definitely getting personal.
Jenny, report to the crypt. Immediately. And please refrain from touching anything else in Mr. Thorne's suite, especially not the Ming Dynasty paperweight, which is now, thanks to you, a Ming Dynasty puzzle.
After an incident involving a rogue feather duster and Jenny's uncanny ability to attract chaos like a moth to a wildly expensive flame, she was banished to the deepest, darkest bowels of the Yachty By Nature, the Crypt. Not its official name, but a lovingly bestowed crew moniker for the forgotten aft storage locker where old deck chairs and yachting dreams go to die.
Oh my God. Hello? Anybody home? Besides this family of surprisingly bold spiders and what appears to be Captain Bernadette's abandoned collection of motivational macrame, Kali said organize the charter manifests and associated memorabilia. Sounds simple enough if by memorabilia she means this deflated inflatable banana. Whoops. Well, that's one way to unpack. Okay, invoices. Here we go, invoices for 500 tiny cocktail umbrellas. Good to know that we're prepared for an invasion of Lilliputian partygoers. Okay, box number 1. Oh, to forgotten dreams and mildew. Ugh, let's see. Oh, here we go. A collection of tragically sun-faded crew uniforms from what looks to be 1988. You could land a helicopter on those shoulder pads. And this is a single petrified croissant? That's fascinating. Definitely not the droids I'm looking for. Okay, this looks more promising. A guest list. Oh, Milton Philanthropy Gala Afloat, 2019. Holy shit. Okay, these are all names I don't recognize. Some corporate sponsors. Oh, look at that, a catering menu. I wonder if they had canapés shaped like endangered species. That's what I would have done. What's this?
And just like that, Jenny's heart does a startled leap. Margot's bracelet, that ostentatious, oddly familiar piece of bling Margot was searching for last season, the one that always seemed to have more secrets than stones. Finding a photo confirming its matching necklace here in this box with a tube of lipstick. That's not just a clue, it's a neon sign pointing towards something big.
Oh, there's something written on the back. Tiny handwriting. Initials ED? And a date? Ugh, it's smudged, but it looks like it's from just before the 2019 charter. ED. This is huge. And this Carolina Herrera satin red? Ah, elite taste. This has to be connected to Elliott, to my mother, somehow. Need to find Daniel, ASAP.
Jenny, is that a cobweb in your hair or a fashion statement?
Khaya, hi! Just embracing the yacht's historical presence. You know, getting down and dirty with the archives. Super fascinating. I found a very interesting inventory of spare light bulbs. I gotta go crew solidarity meeting. Bye!
Wait.
Ugh.
Smooth, Jenny. Real smooth. Next up, the galley, where Chef Gianmarco is in the throes of a post-financial ruin existential crisis, which primarily involves dramatic monologues directed at a pot of rapidly boiling water.
Sono rovinato. Why, cruel fate, why? Was it the saffron? Too much? Too little? Does my culinary genius now count for niente, niente? Daniel, my boy, is there any poetry in a perfectly julienne carrot when one soul is minestrone of despair?
Well, I think the poetry, Chef, is in the fact that it's not burnt. Yet. Whoa. Hey, sis. Trouble or discovery? You have that I just unraveled a minor international conspiracy look about you.
It's discovery. Major discovery. I stumbled upon a photo of this necklace. Look familiar to you, Daniel?
A necklace for the beautiful Jenny. Daniel, did our research yield such a vital clue to her affections? A gift, perhaps, from a secret admirer?
No, it looks exactly like Margot's bracelet. Or its identical twin.
Exactly! I didn't get a good look at first, but now there's no denying it. What does it mean? Was Margot there? Did this belong to her mother? How did Margot get it? It's not just some random piece of jewelry, Daniel. And look behind this photo. The initials ED. This is more evidence that Margot is connected to whatever happened on that trip, and that I got my taste from designer lips from her.
You're right, Jen. This isn't just metaphorical dirt. This is actual, photographic, connect the dots kind of dirt. Our little side hustle just got a major upgrade.
A mystery, a romance, a necklace of destiny. Perhaps a new dish is born. Insalata di segreti preziosi, salad of precious secrets, with a sunburst tomato vinaigrette.
And so, amidst deflated bananas, existential chefs, and the ever-present threat of Collie's disapproval, the Milton twins have their juiciest clue yet. The past is officially no longer buried in the archives. It's sitting on the galley counter, begging for its story to be told. Evening settles on the Yachty By Nature. Dinner service is in full swing. A delicate ballet of perfectly seared scallops and discreetly refilled wine glasses. But Augustus Thorne isn't just a guest enjoying the fine dining. No, tonight he is the shark in these elegant waters, his dorsal fin practically slicing through the polite dinner chatter. His interest isn't remotely in Gianmarco's culinary masterpieces. Those cold, calculating eyes like a predator's are fixed solely on Collie. He watches her every move, silently tracking his unsuspecting prey across the salon.
You know, Khaya, you handle these Riedel glasses with exquisite care. Almost ashamed to waste that talent on mere stemware. I can think of a few other delicate things that would benefit from your touch.
I take pride in ensuring all aspects of our guests' experience are handled with the utmost professionalism, Mr. Thorne. Would there be anything else for you at the moment? Perhaps more of Chef Gianmarco's saffron risotto?
Professionalism is admirable, but a little predictability can be so dull, don't you think? I'm chartering this vessel for a week. Plenty of time for us to explore less predictable avenues. Ooh, perhaps you could bring me a nightcap to my suite later. We could discuss the finer points of a truly bespoke service. Just you and me.
Mr. Thorne, Callie is overseeing the entire dinner service this evening. If you require a nightcap later, I'd be happy to arrange it for you. Or have another member of the interior staff assist.
Thank you, Daniel.
And you are the nightcap police?
Sir, he just means that we're all here to help. I'm Jenny, one of the stews. If Khaya is busy, I can certainly make sure that your nightcap is seen too. What can I get for you?
Jenny, you say? Oh, wait a bloody minute. I know you. You're Harry Milton's girl, Jenny Milton. Oh, the one who tried to liberate the flamingos from the Palm Beach Zoo in a stolen golf cart? That headline was priceless. Quote, Flamenco fiasco. Milton heiress, not so pretty in pink. God, that was a classic. Nearly choked on my caviar.
Mortification washes over Jenny in a tidal wave of hot, blushing shame. The flamingos? Seriously? Of all the spectacularly dumb, champagne-fueled decisions of her youth, immortalized by the tabloids, this is the one Augustus Thorne remembers? She can feel every eye on her, and suddenly, scrubbing toilets doesn't seem like such a bad job alternative. In fact, disappearing entirely seems like the best option, preferably to a remote, flamingo-free island.
You know what? It takes real class to bring up decade-old tabloid trash at dinner. What's next? You gonna critique my prom dress photos? Or maybe you just get your kicks making the hired help squirm when you're not busy doing... I apologize, Mr. Thorne. My past is, well, public, but not particularly relevant to your dining experience. Can I offer you more bread?
And there she is, a glimpse of the firecracker Jenny Milton, heiress apparent, ready to verbally incinerate anyone who crosses her. But just as quickly, the flame is doused by the cold water of her current reality. Third stew Jenny Milton, who needs this job, for reasons beyond the paycheck. Swallowing pride tastes worse than day-old caviar, apparently. The air around the table remains thick enough to slice, and Thorne looks utterly smug at having provoked a reaction.
Ahoy, Captain Lucas, taking notes on my charm. Join me for dinner.
Everything to your satisfaction this evening, Mr. Thorne? Is there an issue with one of my crew?
Oh, your crew is certainly spirited. This young man, Daniel, seems to think he's your Chief Stew's personal bodyguard. And Miss Milton here, well, we were just reminiscing about her more avian adventures. Oh, quite the pair.
Our crew is dedicated to providing the highest level of professional service, Mr. Thorne. That includes respecting their professional and personal boundaries at all times. If there are any concerns on that front from anyone, they should be directed to me immediately.
Oh, no need to apologize, Captain. In fact, I have an idea. Since Miss Milton is so familiar with high society and clearly has a flair for the dramatic, perhaps she can deliver that nightcap later. We can discuss her father's extensive art collection. I'm sure she wouldn't want any unfavorable reports about the crew's flexibility reaching Harry's ears, especially not from a guest who appreciates personal attention.
Mr. Thorne, Jenny is a junior stew and will be performing her assigned duties, none of which include private nightcaps in guest suites. If you have an issue with the professional services provided, you can take it up with the captain.
Oh, I will, Chief Stew. I most certainly will. Captain, I expect a full apology from your overzealous deckhand here, and perhaps a review of your crew's understanding of guest staff relations. We wouldn't want this charter to end prematurely, would we? Due to dissatisfaction. I'm retiring to my suite. I'll expect that apology, Captain, and my nightcap. Send whomever you deem appropriate. This is your ship, after all. For now.
He knows I'm Harry's daughter. Daniel, listen to me. He cannot find out that you're a Milton too, not about us being twins. He'll use it against Dad, against Lucas, everyone. That's how these types are. Promise me. It has to stay a secret.
I promise, Jen. I'm used to being a secret, I guess.
And there it is, the first dinner, and the ship is already listing hard. Jenny and Daniel, their vital secret clutched desperately between them. Collie, a pillar of defiance, and Lucas, a captain drowning in his first real crisis. And Augustus Thorne, armed with cruelty, a long memory for tabloid scandals, and now leverage dangling over the captain's head.
Harry Milton's little firecracker working crew. An interesting pressure point indeed. Good to know. And that Chief Stew, Collie, has far too much backbone for her own good. Needs adjustment. Oh, this little pleasure cruise might just yield more valuable dividends than I had originally planned. Useful for keeping tabs on certain volatile accounts. Always good to understand the variables. Now, it's time to make sure the other pieces of Project Nightingale are moving into place.
Day 2 of Augustus Thorne's charter aboard the Yachty By Nature, where the champagne is vintage and anxiety is practically the crew uniform. Our intrepid Milton twins, bless their silver-spooned hearts, are slumming it as staff huddled in the crew mess, a charming little shoebox that shrinks in direct proportion to the guest's already gargantuan ego. Their noble mission? Unearth dusty family secrets and track down their birth mother. Their current, far less glamorous reality, making minimal progress while bickering about lipstick shades with the intensity of Cold War spies, while fulfilling the outrageous requests of one Augustus Thorne, whose grip on reality is looser than the yacht's rigging in a hurricane.
You trying to signal passing cruise ships with that lipstick, Jenny? Morse code for send help and better snacks.
You might have better luck polishing that silverware if you used a cloth, not individual napkins. Anyway, the initials E.D. on the necklace? Elliott, obviously. And the lipstick? This shade of Carolina Red was the color in 2019 for women who summered and owned small islands. We need to pinpoint its retail origins. Think Monaco, Saint-Tropez, any port of call where one might accidentally purchase a diamond tiara after one too many Bellinis. Ugh, this reminds me of the time I tried to rescue that endangered species of coral from that 3-star Michelin restaurant in Ez.
Didn't that involve you and a terrified maitre d' and a daring escape via laundry chute that unfortunately emptied directly into the pastry kitchen?
Dad called in a huge favor to make sure that those details were kept out of the American press. How could he possibly have known that? Did you Google me on the dark web? Do you have Tor? Ew.
No. It must have been something I saw in a tabloid in Prague.
Ugh, well, that makes sense. I pissed off the Czech pops when I wouldn't let them get a clear shot of me getting handsy at a club with someone whose name may or may not sound like Schmakeup Schmalordy. They're a salty bunch. Wait, when were you in Prague?
2 years ago. Followed a girl on holiday. Wouldn't recommend that. Yeah. So yeah, I was there 2 years ago.
Oh my God, I could never.
Yeah, it was rather embarrassing.
No, I think it's brave AF. I wish I could follow my heart the way that you did. Just really go for it, you know?
Hey, we're twins. If I'm brave, that means you've got to be too. So, what's the plan to find the origin story of this lipstick? Hack into global luxury retail databases while simultaneously navigating Captain Lucas's provisioning spreadsheet?
Oh, Captain Lucas. Since Mr. Augustus Thorne graced them with his presence, our dear captain has developed a spine, or rather a particularly rigid broomstick where one should be. His newfound obsession with the rules is truly something to behold. Makes a North Korean military parade look like a casual beach hang.
Stringent? Is that what we're calling it? I have experience in unorthodox information retrieval, unlike some people who are still struggling with shiny side up. And speaking of struggles, Thorne was practically X-raying Collie with his eyeballs earlier. Ugh, it was deeply unsettling, like a gilded kraken eyeing a tasty sailor.
X-raying how? What specifically was the beast doing? And while we're on your colourful resume, did your unorthodox information retrieval skills ever involve, say, I don't know, ending up on a no-fly list for a minor European principality?
Details. It was a very small principality. Now shine faster. We have to hurry through the checklist so that we can continue research. I forgot how hard work is.
And what was your last job that prepped you for this level of high-stakes hide-and-seek?
I was the chair of the American Polo League Events Board. You'd be surprised how many secrets are hidden under those big hats.
I bet this chump Thorn has even more secrets.
Little Danny Milton, bless his suddenly activated conscience, seems watching his sister and the perpetually stoic collie get verbally waterboarded by Thorn has awakened something resembling a protective instinct. It's almost cute, in a puppy trying to fight a vacuum cleaner kind of way.
Attention, YBN crew! My premium charter fee includes your undivided attention and my complete autonomy over the comms. I keep unconventional hours. You will too. Furthermore, the air in my suite is offensively pedestrian. It lacks the subtle bouquet of impending societal collapse. Rectify. And the chef's sun-kissed fruit platter was an insult to solar bodies everywhere.
I should check if Cully needs a human shield or a strong alibi.
Daniel, focus. The lipstick. Here's my plan. I accidentally tripped near Thorn's open laptop, a strategically full glass of water in hand. I offer to help. And Bob's your uncle. I'm surfing his hard drive using whatever boosted Wi-Fi this dark wizard of tech has to find out everything we can about Elliott. It's like the time I convinced my art history professor that his prize-winning chihuahua had developed a taste for priceless Renaissance sketches. The ensuing panic bought me 3 extra days to study.
No, absolutely not. We are not waterboarding any electronics, Jenny, or blaming phantom chihuahuas. We need a plan that doesn't involve a potential Interpol warrant.
Ugh, fine. But we do need intel. So while Thorn is being Thorn, we dig.
So, we have Jenny, a walking champagne supernova of questionable decisions, and Daniel, who's just now realizing his sister's factory settings might be permanently stuck on chaos. Meanwhile, in the galley, or as Gianmarco likes to call it, his altar of gastronomic disappointment, our chef, bless his delusional debt-ridden soul, has decided to impress Thorn with something called austerity chic, a meditation on a single, probably depressed sardine. Spoiler, it's less chic and more tragic.
Fascinating. Is this a meal or a cry for help? Because if it's the latter, consider me deeply concerned for your general well-being. And the sardine looks traumatized. Remove it, and its tiny, judgmental eye.
As Jenny finishes up her research, Daniel is on service. Today, this mostly involves patting Gianmarco's heaving shoulders, while Thorn, clearly bored with conventional torture, dispatches Daniel on a quest for an apple with the essence of a pear. While Daniel is wrestling with fruit-based philosophy, Jenny, hunched over the crew mess's notoriously unreliable laptop, hits pay dirt.
He made me conduct a full Freudian analysis of 3 different apples before he'd even consider one. Then, after settling on Granny Smith with latent abandonment issues, he demanded organic, dew-kissed, virgin-picked raspberries, each to be presented on a separate, chilled mother-of-pearl spoon. You know, Jen, those debauched polo matches you frequented, did you ever have to, fetch the debauchery, or were you always the one causing it from a velvet throne?
Fetch? Darling, please. My role was purely supervisory. Ensuring the champagne fountains didn't run dry, and that at least one minor royal made a questionable life choice that would end up in the tabloids, you know. Oh, there was that charity auction where I accidentally bid on a racehorse that I thought was a very avant-garde sculpture. I named him Sir Reginald von Huffington. We had some wild nights, Reggie and I, before Dad found out. Mainly involving terrified valets and a lot of sugar cubes.
Sir Reginald von Huffington, of course. So, hand-feeding raspberries to a man who thinks apples have childhood trauma would have been off-brand for you?
Wait. The site that I just found while researching high-end boutiques and services on the Riviera is a fortress. Riviera Rosettes. Discreet information services, their site whispers. The security questions are from another dimension. Password associated with your first phantom limb? This is definitely where Elliott would have gone. Okay, password. What do I know about our birth mom? Lying woman who disappeared into the wind? Oh, well, that didn't work. Possibly blackmailed into lying about having twins. Nope. Come on.
Jen, I don't think that technique is working.
Fine. Okay, what do we know about Carolina Red? The lipstick shade. Maybe this all fits together. Bingo! I'm in! Oh my god, there's tons of information here. Elliott, you magnificent woman.
Yes.
Okay, Riviera Rosettes, a hyper-discreet concierge service. If she was using them, especially around the time that Dad started talking about taking Milton Holdings public years ago. Daniel, listen to this. Riviera Rosettes managed a blind trust for Elliott. Payments made untraceable. This is how she survived, how she stayed hidden. But the access logs stopped cold about 5 years ago. No activity since.
A blind trust. Maybe Riviera Rosette knows who the trustees were.
Aha! Our little socialite turned sleuth has a lead. A real, actual clue. This is almost like a proper investigation. If you ignore the fact it's being conducted by someone whose primary skill set involves accidentally insulting minor European royalty.
Did you find anything interesting?
Almost. Thorne was on some bizarre conference call. Kept talking about a nightingale and accelerating timelines for asset acquisition. Sounded like he was buying another island or a sports team. Then he saw me, slammed the phone down, and asked if I'd ever considered a career in professional cowering.
Daniel, the sock drawer, it needs an intervention. We're not going chronologically, we're not going by color. We're going by emotional impact. The socks I wore when I crushed that hostile takeover, front and center. The ones from that unfortunate weekend in Gstaad with the questionable fondue. Banish them to the back. With feeling. You'll know. I'll know.
Emotional impact of socks? He's not even trying to be subtle about his sadism anymore, is he? Or maybe he's just trying to distract you. After that phone call?
Ah, the Yachty By Nature. A floating petri dish of class warfare, where the rich get richer and the staff get, well, they get to yodel. And apparently also become unwitting pawns in some billionaire's opaque financial chess game. Our resident billionaire, Augustus Thorne, has decided that Collie's afternoon will be spent arranging his collection of imported volcanic rocks by geothermal angst. Yes, you heard that right. Daniel, meanwhile, has been assigned the thrilling task of finding an elusive bottle of scotch Thorne acquired from a flailing billionaire in Macau.
Such diligence, Collie. Almost mechanical. I wonder what truly motivates such flawless servitude. Loyalty, or just a keen understanding of the precariousness of one's employment.
Oh, the shade! You could chill champagne with that comment. Collie naturally doesn't flinch, but Daniel, lurking in the doorway of Thorne's opulent study and trying very hard not to look like he's casing the joint, feels a fresh wave of, I want to turn this billionaire into chum rage. While pretending to search for an elusive scotch, Daniel's eyes dart around. And there, on Thorne's massive mahogany desk, almost hidden beneath a stack of offensively ostentatious art auction catalogues, Daniel sees a slim leather-bound file. The gold-embossed label reads, Milton Holdings, Project Nightingale, Confidential.
Project Nightingale? What in the actual...
Today, Daniel. No, Collie. The obsidian is clearly exhibiting far too much passive aggression. It needs to be juxtaposed with the more overtly tormented pumice. And for God's sake, use the tiny silver tongs. We're not savages. About damn time. Now, go polish the rail in front of me. I want to see myself.
Collie, beneath her impenetrable professional veneer, adjusts a rock by a millimeter. Daniel's polishing becomes so vigorous, you'd think he was trying to buff out Thorne's entire personality. He's practically vibrating with suppressed rage. Jenny, fresh from another soul-crushing encounter with Captain Lucas about the subversive undertones of her towel folding, finds Daniel looking like he's about to spontaneously combust.
Whoa there, Sparky. Trying to set a new world record for most aggressively polished railing? What did Thorne do now? Demand you alphabetize his nose hairs?
He's making Callie arrange rocks by emotional state. It's demeaning. She handles it with such grace, like nothing phases her. She's incredible, Jen. Seriously, how does she do that? Oh, I'd have thrown the pumice at his head by now.
Incredible, huh? Well. Looks like someone's got a little crush on the Ice Queen. It's cute.
Why don't we get Captain Lucas out here and we can double date?
Hey, we're talking about your unrequited crush right now, not mine. You know, if you want to impress her, I have a few ideas. We could replace Thorne's volcanic rocks with tastefully arranged dog turds. Or maybe unalphabetize his platinum collection of Gregorian chant records.
No, Jen, that's not how Collie operates. She's professional. She wouldn't. She handles things with dignity. Unlike some people who, I don't know, dose an entire charter with magic mushrooms.
Oof! And there it is. The accidental insult landing with the subtlety of a rogue anchor. Daniel, in his attempt to praise Collie, has inadvertently implied that Jenny's unique methods are somehow less admirable.
Right. So my spirited chaos isn't exactly bragging rights, is it? Or worse, just more proof that I can't do anything right. Just like Dad always... You know what? Never mind. Collie is the paragon of yachting virtue, and Lucas will never take me seriously. Got it. Thanks for the clarification, bro.
Jen, no, that's not what I meant. It's just that you're different. Collie's controlled. You're a force of nature, and it's not a bad thing. Lucas probably just doesn't know what to do with a force of nature.
Too late, Danny boy. The damage is done. Jenny, for once, looks genuinely hurt. Her usual bravado punctured. But before this delightful little sibling spat can escalate into a full-blown emotional meltdown, which frankly I was rather looking forward to, Thorne, with his impeccable timing for ruining everyone's mood, chimes in.
Children, you're fighting just like...
Co-workers, trapped on a boat in the middle of the sea together.
I hope you don't feel too trapped here with me, Daniel. And Jenny, dear, perhaps you could just demonstrate your towel folding techniques. I hear they're quite subversive.
The mood shifts from awkward family therapy to high-stakes espionage. Thorne's clearly enjoying the little show our twins are putting on.
Daniel, Lucas just made me rewrite my reports because apparently Q3 Projections doesn't have the requisite strategic foresight. He thinks I'm an idiot. I can't find anyone in this charter that thinks I'm good at anything other than being rich. I guess that's not really that different from anywhere else.
Jen, I think we have bigger fish to fry. Or rather, a much larger, much slimier snake in the grass. Project Nightingale. Ring any bells? Because it was sitting on Thorne's desk, right next to a file that practically screamed hostile takeover for dummies.
Nightingale? No, but Milton Holdings definitely rings a few 5-alarm bells. You think Thorne is actually making a play for Dad's company? That this whole charter is some kind of corporate espionage disguised as a luxury cruise? The timing is so sus. Dad's IPO was set for 2 weeks after our initial charter.
It's starting to feel a lot less like eccentric billionaire and a lot more like highly motivated shark with a very specific agenda. That phone call I overheard, it makes a lot more sense now. He's not just being a pain, Jen. He's working.
And boom! The penny drops. Or rather, a giant gold-plated anvil of realization crashes down upon our unsuspecting twins. This isn't just about a dead mother and a mysterious past anymore. This is about their father, their family, and a very real, very present danger named Augustus Thorne.
Daniel, I need a new charging cable for my semi-precious stones. And while you're at it, find Miss Milton. I have a sudden urge to discuss interior design, specifically the rather drab color palette of her professional aspirations.
And just like that, our dynamic duo is summoned. Jenny, armed with a dodgy concierge service and a new terrifying understanding of Thorne's motives. Daniel, clutching a rat's nest of cables and the mental image of that Project Nightingale file. Oh, darlings, hold on to your expensive hats, because Mother Nature, clearly a fan of high drama, has decided to crash this tedious little party. What started as a gentle breeze has whipped itself into a proper hissy fit. A sudden, violent squall that's turning the sun deck into a chaotic ballet of flying cushions. Thorne, who is attempting to have his portrait painted by a terrified-looking drone, is particularly peeved.
My drone! My artistic integrity! Is this how you run a vessel, Lucas? Letting the sky simply attack us? Unacceptable. unacceptable. Someone retrieve my masterpiece in progress before it achieves sentience and defects to a less aggressive environment.
Captain Lucas, whose face has gone a rather fetching shade of puce, is barking orders through the comms, his voice cracking like a pubescent choir boy. His main concern, naturally, seems to be the precise alphabetical recording of the deck chairs while they're attempting to fly into the ocean. Priorities, people. Jenny, however, spots Thorne's ridiculous drone, now doing a drunken jig towards the railing. And with the grace of a gazelle who's had slightly too much Prosecco, Jenny launches herself across the lurching deck. She makes a spectacular one-handed catch of the drone, skidding to a halt just inches from a very expensive, very wet Augustus Thorne. Lucas, observing this from the bridge, probably through binoculars the perv, actually stops barking for a full 3 seconds. His jaw drops. And was that a flicker of admiration? Or just indigestion? Hard to tell with that one.
Of course, because why secure a flapping awning when you can play fetch with a 5-figure piece of airborne narcissism?
Meanwhile, Daniel and Collie are a surprisingly effective team. He, with a newfound, rather swoon-worthy competence, wrestles a giant rogue sun umbrella that seems determined to impale Mr. Thorne. Collie, with her usual glacial calm, secures the flapping awnings. At one point, as a particularly large wave crashes over the bow, Daniel instinctively pulls Collie back, his arm briefly around her waist. Their eyes meet, just for a second. But oh, honey, a second can be a lifetime when the wind is howling and the sexual tension is thicker than Thorne's wallet.
Well, that was bracing and entirely predictable given the general level of incompetence on this floating catastrophe. Is my drone scratched? Miss Milton, your flair for the dramatic is, as always, noted. And Daniel, try not to look so heroic. It's unbecoming for the hired help.
Just ensuring that your artistic vision remains intact, Mr. Thorne. Wouldn't want your muse to catch a cold. Or, drown.
You're certifiable. You know that, right? But nice catch.
The squall, as quickly as it arrived, begins to subside. The immediate crisis is over, but the Air Darlings is still charged. Lucas is probably replaying Jenny's drone-saving dive in slow motion in his head. Daniel is definitely replaying that micro moment with Collie. And Thorne? Thorne, as always, is watching. Especially the way Jenny and Daniel instinctively found each other amidst the chaos to exchange a quick, conspiratorial grin. Night falls, and the Yachty By Nature slinks through the darkness. Less a luxury vessel and more a floating powder keg with a very short, very expensive fuse. In the crew mess, our twins are marinating in a delightful stew of sibling resentment and impending doom.
Jen, Project Nightingale. That file wasn't just lying around. Thorne wanted me to see it. Or he's so arrogant he doesn't care if I did. Either way, it confirms what we suspected after that phone call I overheard. He's not just a demanding guest, he's actively targeting Dad's company. This whole charter is a Trojan horse, and we're the idiots who willed it on board.
So he's using the trip to gather intel? To find a weakness? This is beyond his usual make the staff weep into their canapes routine. This is diabolical.
Look, what I said earlier about Collie and you and Lucas, I didn't mean it like that. You're not uncaptain material, you're just a lot. In a good way, mostly. Collie's just different. She's got this incredible calm, even when Thorne is being a complete, Thorne. I admire that. Maybe a little too much, if I'm being honest. It's just hard to watch him treat her like that.
Admire her a little too much, huh? So, Operation Swoon Over the Stoic Stew is officially a go? I get it. She's got that whole unattainable ice princess vibe. Very chic. And for the record, Lucas would probably have a conniption if I replaced his perfectly aligned navigation charts with a collage of my greatest party moments. You're not wrong.
Aww, a moment of sibling honesty. How unexpectedly mature. Don't worry, darlings, it won't last. Just as our twins are about to perhaps, dare I say, connect on a vaguely human level, the comms crackle, shattering the peace like a drop bottle of vintage champagne.
Miss Milton? Daniel? My sweet. Now. I've been doing some light tidying, and I've stumbled upon something rather illuminating pertaining to your extracurricular activities on my vessel. Don't dally. My curiosity is piqued.
Extracurricular activities. Not ominous at all. The spider has been busy. Our twin flies are summoned.
He knows. He knows we know he knows.
What?
What do we do?
Stay calm. He's fishing. We don't know what he actually knows. Stick to our story. We're just crew, doing our jobs badly.
Right. Operation Clueless but increasingly terrified. Let's go. And if he offers tea, we decline. Probably poisoned.
Miss Milton, Daniel. So good of you to join me. Your collaborative efforts today have been quite something. The drone rescue, Daniel's sudden interest in my private study. One might almost think you were searching for something. It's all quite illuminating, especially when one considers certain past associations and the rather eventful nature of some charters on this vessel. People do leave traces, don't they? And some secrets have a way of resurfacing. You see, Miss Milton, I've been doing a little light reading about your father's impeccable diamond business and the general entanglements that can occur in high society. It makes one wonder what other little secrets are being tucked away. Or perhaps being actively sought on this very yacht. Your combined curiosity is quite noticeable.
Mr. Thorne, actually, we were just... Captain Lucas needs us to double-check the emergency glitter supply for the mandatory morale-boosting disco night. We should...
Yes, the glitter. Very important. And the tiny cocktail umbrellas. He said they weren't jaunty enough. We really must go. Come on, Jenny.
Hi, darling. Augustus. Listen, I'd like to talk to you about what really happened, my dearest Margot.
Day 3 of the Thorn Charter. After a night of chilling revelations and threats from a speakerphone, an eerie calm has descended on the Yachty By Nature. With Augustus Thorne ashore with the Milton twins dispatched on a fool's errand for figs that have personally witnessed a sunrise, the remaining crew has been left to marinate in the awkward silence. For some, it's paradise. For others, it's a beautifully adorned holding cell.
No! Oh, il mio rame, my priceless copper pot. It has chosen death before dishonor at the hands of this demonic hot plate. My empire continues to crumble.
Chef Gianmarco, whose comeback tour is currently experiencing some technical difficulties, is providing the morning's entertainment. Captain Lucas, however, a man whose posture alone could cure slouching worldwide, is on a mission to enforce order, possibly inspired by his latest literary endeavor.
Chef, while Mr. Thorne is disembarked, this vessel will operate as a paragon of silent maritime efficiency, okay? As outlined in Chapter 3 of my handbook, The Discipline Deep, a Captain's Credo.
Who has time to read when tragedy surrounds us? Captain, my pot. It was a gift from my nonna. It has seen sauces that would make kings weep. Now it is scorched, much like my spirit, and my hopes of impressing anyone with my food on this cursed charter.
Chef, grief is a non-regulation sentiment, okay? See Chapter 17, Navigating Nuance and Extinguishing Emotions? We must focus. Miss Milton's provisioning directives, for example, her request for olives that have gazed upon the moon with longing, is frankly a logistical nightmare and a challenge to my authority. It is this sort of poetic license that likely has young Daniel unfocused, which is a direct result of your bad influence.
I think you mean rad influence. Jenny has vision, Captain. She understands the heart of a dish, the soul. She said my sea urchin foam yesterday was a brave exploration of oceanic despair. Daniel just looked terrified he'd have to eat it. I am not the reason for his lack of focus. Blame our other shipmate for that. But yes, Jenny dives right in, while young Daniel treads water lightly.
Oceanic despair. Of course, that sort of effervescence is also, I suspect, the reason the primary GPS plotter now offers daily horoscopes. Look, when she and Daniel grace us with their return, there will be a thorough debriefing on the critical difference between charming eccentricity and grounds for professional review. My command will not be a footnote in her memoir of maritime mayhem.
These texts from Jenny are relentless. Kali, Queen, Daniel is trying to haggle for truffles and Thorne has him using his business negotiating method? What? Only brooding silence and intense eye contact. The truffle pig looks more convinced than the vendor. Is Truffle Whisperer a viable career path for him? Need your expert guidance. P.S. Found a perfumery that smells exactly like the kind of place Elliott might have gone to. Okay? Maybe they have her address on file, trying to find a way in. Wish me luck. It's giving Hardy Boys, but make it Milton's.
Kali, please report to the bridge.
And so the day begins. Lucas polishes his prose and his protocols. Gianmarco mourns his pot and his pride, and Collie, our newly minted oracle, prepares for another episode of As the Yacht Turns.
Captain, you buzz me to the bridge? I hope it's not another crisis concerning the correct folding technique for dinner napkins, because, spoiler alert, there isn't one. They just need to be clean and ironed, and frankly, we need less of your novelization of rules and more of your actual leadership. We're getting walked all over by Thorne, and it's not sustainable. You know I'm all about unreasonable hospitality, but I start to draw a line at insatiable lunacy.
Kali, may you remind me what your position is on this maritime vessel?
Chief Stew.
And what is my position?
Captain, but...
Thank you. Listen up. This is a structural concern. The starboard sundeck railing. Jenny mentioned it wobbled before she left, and Daniel confirmed.
Oh, great. Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
I require a full assessment. Every nut, bolt, and latent sign of instability. Report in triplicate, with diagrams. To be titled, quote, Railing Reconnaissance, Rehabilitation, and Reinstitution.
Understood. I shall endeavor to assess its structural and perhaps its characteristic soundness, Captain. Diagrams and all. You can workshop the title for that report later.
My titles are perfectly adequate. Is that Jenny polluting the airwaves again, Kali? Has she now decided to liberate a flock of particularly downtrodden-looking pigeons?
Who cares? I'm not even going...
Okay, but what is she doing? I mean, what's she thinking about?
Captain?
As the captain, I need to know what the crew, which includes Miss Milton, is up to while ashore. So please, recite the textual message aloud.
You're getting very weird and very rigid, even for you, Captain Lucas. But okay. Kali, SOS. Daniel accidentally complimented a fishmonger's mackerel and is now being presented with its entire extended family for purchase. He's trying to explain he doesn't have space in his carry-on for a multi-generational piscine saga. Running late. Also, Daniel says, sup, LOL. Merely a minor emergency involving mackerel and Daniel's limited luggage capacity, Captain. I'll see to the railing.
Daniel says, sup?
He's just, well... Nothing, Captain. To the railing.
Collie, navigating text-based seafood dramas and captain-based anxieties, heads to the sundeck, preparing to inspect. Gianmarco, meanwhile, has apparently recovered from his pot trauma and is now attempting to create a dish so avant-garde it might just scare his creditors into submission.
Bellissimo! Spherified balsamic vinegar. Each orb a tiny explosion of sweet and sour perfection. This is the dish that will silence the doubters. This is Gianmarco reborn. Jenny will fawn over it, over me. Even Thorne, with his palate of a jaded Roman emperor, will have to bow down, and throw gold coins at my feet and save my empire.
This panel is janky. No wonder even Princess Jenny and floppy-haired Daniel could spot it. Why is Daniel's hair so floppy? You'd think the humidity would have ruined it by now, but no, just kind of coiffed to perfection. Never mind. Focus. On the railing. On getting railed. No, on the loose and totally not erect railing. Stupid railing. And this finish. It's as unsteady as a toddler wearing mommy's heels to a board meeting, as Thorne would say. Ooh, what the hell is this? Not dust bunnies. This is a recording unit. Very chic, very compact, military grade by the looks of it, with a rather pretentious little bird logo. Interesting.
Collie, who could probably give masterclasses in how to spot a rat, literally and figuratively, has just found a very interesting, very expensive rat that just so happens to have a bird on it. Back in the crew mess, Collie's ad hoc Centre for Covert Gadgetry and Unsolicited Life Advice, she's performing microsurgery on the device. It's a stubborn little piece of high-tech paranoia.
Come on, sweetie. Show Mama what you're hiding. Is it state secrets, offshore account numbers, or... boring? It's just good old-fashioned surveillance. Collie, my guru of good taste. Daniel is convinced he can make the fanny pack happen again. He's citing normcore irony. I'm citing fashion felony. We need your decisive ruling. P.S. Thorne ducked out for an errand, said he'd be meeting us on the boat. Just a heads up. Honey, the only existential plight on this yacht is surviving Thorne. Daniel's fanny pack is just a symptom. Maybe I can write a guest chapter in Lucas's book called Accessorizing Your Anxiety, a postmodern approach. And don't blow up my phone like we're besties.
No! Oh, my monument! My glorious edifice of choux pastry and spun sugar! It has fallen like my dreams, like my credit score!
Oh, Gianmarco! For the love of all that is seaworthy, what is it now?
It was for Jenny, Captain. A croquembouche welcome. Because Jenny, unlike some tin-eared tyrants I could mention, understands the poetry of a perfectly executed pastry. She doesn't dismiss my soul as culinary theatrics. She has more appreciation for true genius in her little finger than you have in your entire self-published nautical dictionary, which is why I needed her to fall in love with me, my offering. How am I going to get her to invest without it?
If Jenny suggested you serve barnacles on a bed of used condoms, you'd probably call it your masterpiece too. She's not an ATM, so back off.
Remind me of your rules again, Captain. It's been a while, but I don't recall inter-staff dating to be against them.
Well, no, not technically. Look, of course, as a captain, I'm above all feelings, and it's my duty to remain impartial. But inter-staff, Well, no, I do not advise that you date anyone. And didn't you ruin me enough with my ex-fiancé?
Oh, Dio mio, that was so last season.
All right, boys, settle down. Fascinating performance. 10 out of 10 drama, 0 out of 10 actual solving anything. Captain, your obsession with Jenny's influence is a bigger red flag than Gianmarco's current sugar-based Jackson Pollock. And Gianmarco, my dude, while I applaud your dedication to grand gestures, perhaps your comeback empire could start with something less prone to total structural collapse.
That is it. I have heard enough. My genius is wasted here. Wasted on Philistines and captains who wouldn't know a sonnet from a sea shanty. I'm going to my cabin to mourn my art and perhaps to reconsider my life choices. Arrivederci.
Insubordinate confectioner, disobedient dough puncher. The man is a menace. Wait, Collie. Is that what I think it is?
Depends, Captain. Do you think it's a very expensive military-grade surveillance device broadcasting a live feed to a hidden receiver somewhere on this very yacht? Because if so, then yes, it is exactly what you think it is. While you two were auditioning for real yachties of the high seas, I found this little party favor. Surprise, it's gotta be Thorne. He's the kind of creep who would do this.
Hold on. It's not guaranteed that it's Thorne's, okay? It could have come from anyone. Any one of our guests, this charter season or last.
Well, what are you gonna do about your shit being turned into Thorne's personal big brother house before Jenny and Daniel get back?
We aren't gonna have anyone walking the plank until we've got proof, okay? But we need to find how this got here and when. If someone was recording the Milton charter, they know everything about Jenny and Daniel. A live feed on my vessel. The treacherous currents of deceit. This is an outrage. Someone's spying on us.
Captain Lucas, his ship, his command, his perfectly ordered world are all compromised by a tiny, blinking device. Captain Lucas, having absorbed Collie's bombshell, is now oscillating between quoting from another one of his unpublished manuscripts on the moral imperatives of command and wanting to personally keelhaul Augustus Thorne. Khaya, naturally, is enjoying the show with the detached amusement of a seasoned crisis manager.
A viper in the rigging, a serpent in the hold. Betrayal's bitter sting. A story to be told? No, that's not quite right. Meter's off. A live transmitter? To a hidden receiver. On my ship? I mean, this is an insult to every principled mariner who ever sailed the seven seas. We have to find that receiver, Khaya. Rip it out. Cast it into the deepest trench.
Okay, let's settle down, Captain Ahab. While your poetic fury is noted, get real. The transmitter on this thing has a very specific low-power energy signature. I'm attempting to triangulate its general vicinity. Think of it as a high-tech game of Marco Polo, but instead of a pool, it's a billion-dollar yacht, and instead of polo, it's potential treason.
Okay, do it. I need to draft a new regulation concerning the unauthorized installation of espionage equipment on board, with very severe penalties. Ooh, and footnotes. Lots of footnotes. Article 4, subsection B. Any crew member found complicit in clandestine surveillance shall forfeit all shore leave and be forced to attend a mandatory seminar on ethical maritime conduct, co-authored by myself. Yeah, that has teeth.
Warmer. Warmer. Not in the guest suites, too obvious. Not the engine room, too noisy. But this little used service corridor. Hello. Khaya, I may or may not have traded Daniel's dignity and a slightly used designer belt for 3 actual goats. We've named them Lucas, Gianmarco, and Thorn. Thorn Goat is eating my Chanel scarf as we speak. We're 5 minutes out. Great. Do you have emergency goat containment protocols? And is passive aggression a recognized form of interspecies communication? I don't have time for this. Bingo. Well, aren't you a clever little fuse box of secrets? Hardwired into the ship's emergency power grid. Nice. And scene. Network offline. No more live studio audience.
All senior available crew to the main salon. Mr. Thorne's launch is on final approach. Repeat, Mr. Thorne is arriving. Professionalism, people. Professionalism.
Thorne returns, but to a ship whose crew now knows a little too much. Khaya has disabled the spy network. Lucas is mentally arming himself with strongly worded couplets, and somewhere on the dock, 3 goats are preparing for their close-up. Augustus enters the main salon.
Captain Lucas, Khaya, Gianmarco, you all look remarkably flushed. A productive afternoon in my absence, I trust. No little birds flew too far from the nest, did they? Everything okay with the Wi-Fi? My Nightingale network seemed to be experiencing some unexpected turbulence as I boarded.
Lucas, correct me if I'm wrong, but a nightingale is a bird, right?
Affirmative. You were right. Thorne is committing foul play.
The air in the main salon could be cut with a diamond-encrusted letter opener. Thorne, clearly aware his private spy network has been neutered, is practically purring with menace. Lucas attempts to channel the stoic heroes from his own maritime epics.
Mr. Thorne, welcome back. We experienced a brief, localized power surge in a non-critical service conduit. It may have momentarily affected some ancillary communications, but all systems are now nominal.
Nominal? Oh, such a beautifully understated word, Captain. And Miss Milton with deckhand Daniel. I trust their little shopping trip was fruitful.
Miss Milton and Daniel are due any moment, Mr. Thorne. She reported enthusiastic success at the market. She and Daniel, I believe, were deeply immersed in the historical significance of island goats.
I'm sure. My data stream, however, remains stubbornly unprofound. Blank. In fact, perhaps you could illuminate this darkness, Miss Khaya.
Mr. Thorne, sir, a palate cleanser to welcome you back from the harsh realities of shore. A single, perfectly poached quail egg nestled on a bed of saffron-infused angel hair.
Bridge, this is Captain Lucas. Identify that vessel. I have no record of a secondary arrival for Mr. Thorne.
An unscheduled, unannounced, and undeniably expensive watercraft is about to crash this already very tense party. Is it a break in the Milton search for their birth mother, or is it reinforcements for Thorne?
Ahoy, bitches.
Margot, my angel of efficiency, always making an entrance. Captain Lucas, Kale, Gianmarco, you know Margot Celine.
Kelly, grab my bags.
Margot Celine, folks. Dropping in like a human audit, with a name that's probably as real as a $3 bill. Thorne's fixer, his cleaner, his... well, let's just say she doesn't look like she's here for the canapes. And we're back. The Yachty By Nature, now gracelessly hosting Margot, Thorne's freshly imported chief wellness dominatrix. Barely an hour on board, she's already realigning energy by terrorizing Gianmarco's herb garden. And our twins? They're trying to look inconspicuous, which is hard when your ex-almost-stepmother from hell is the new house guest. Last scene, they helped Margot get booted. So why hasn't she immediately sicked Thorne on them? Margot isn't one for petty revenge when grand manipulation is an option. She instantly clocked Jenny and Daniel as useful leverage, deciding 2 Miltons with secrets, working right under her nose, were far more valuable to her new agenda than seeing them exposed. Why burn your bridges when you can make your enemies dance on them? And so, Jenny and Daniel are on Margot's radar, squirming, and very much on duty.
Attention crew! By order of our newly boarded guest wellness consultant, all westward-facing portholes are to remain draped with non-GMO kelp until further notice, to filter out negative maritime ions. This is a Margot directive, so as you were, and someone please bring me a very large aspirin, please.
Kelp drapes. It's giving swamp chic. This whole wellness guru thing is just her villain origin story, par deux.
I just saw her making Gianmarco bless his olive oil. She's on a rampage, Jen. I'm freaking out. She's been here an hour and hasn't outed me to Thorne yet. It's worse than if she had.
It's a power play. She's enjoying the squirm.
The IPO is in 2 days. I read the prospectus Dad sent. There's a moral turpitude clause. If Thorne finds out Dad has a son, he could use that to crater the whole deal. And we're getting nowhere on Mum. It's like her entirety was scrubbed from the earth. If Margot outs me as your twin now, with Thorne already on the edge...
Okay, first, Dad is fine. He texted me from Portofino, completely unbothered. Said he and Captain Beer's soaking up the Ligurian sun. He promised us dinner in Monaco once this is over. Probably to announce you as heir to the ethically sourced diamond throne.
He needs to know Margot is here. Now.
I'll message him. Just try not to spiral before my next coffee break, okay?
How are you so relaxed right now?
I'm not. But freaking out won't solve anything, and I will not let Margot give me early onset wrinkles.
Ah, the little Miltons. Darlings, that stressed out energy is throwing off the entire room's feng shui. It's very, off-season.
Margot, wow. I thought Dad dumped you into oblivion. What happened? Did you run out of things to condescend to?
So adorably provincial, Jenny. One evolves, one gets a better offer.
Provincial? Do you even know what that means? Suddenly you sound like a PhD student? Is there anything real about you?
Hush, hush, dear Jenny. I am curating a bespoke vibrational experience here.
An experience that somehow didn't mention your entire history with Dad's biggest competitor?
The past is just a story we tell ourselves. And frankly, a gauche one. Let's talk about the now. Unless, Daniel, you'd rather I discuss your story with Mr. Thorne?
You're a monster.
Oh, merci. Here's what I need. There's a ledger somewhere on the ship. A roadmap to every toxic investment and karmic black hole Thorne ever dug for himself. You'll find it where comfort meets confinement and secrets take their rest. Seek the shadow of the unread guest.
So you want us to steal from Thorne?
And what's with the riddle, Marge?
Consider it a manifestation quest. Pull it off and I'll reward you with insight. About your mother, Elodie. About the toxic financial drama she was stirring up in Thorne's empire. The kind of drama that gets one uninvited. Permanently. Think of it as an exclusive workshop on uncovering family secrets. Now, run along. My aura is beginning to curdle. Shoo!
Okay, I officially liked her better when she just wanted Dad's Amex and not our indentured servitude. Okay, so she wants us to commit a felony in exchange for gossip. Love that for us. Let's go.
Collie, are you burning sage? You seem to be embracing Margot's new feng shui initiative.
Margot ran some nonsense on me saying this radar needed more positive intention and less skeptical pirate energy. My diagnosis? Margot's like one Etsy crystal away from founding her own nation. Population delusion. What fresh, holistic directive has she saddled you two with? Meditative bilge cleaning? Affirmational anchor polishing? Oh, and probably like write a haiku to the rudder or something equally bonkers.
Close. We're on a scavenger hunt for something of Thorn's. Margot promised not to out me as a Milton as long as I help her unblock her prosperity pathways. It's apparently hiding in the shadow of an unread guest. Any ideas before my chakras spontaneously combust from sheer ridiculousness and secondhand embarrassment?
Okay, shadow of an unread guest? Easy. That's gotta be the least popular guest cabin at the end of the hall. Or the little library nook just off the main salon. No one ever goes in there. Just try not to get your ore too dirty. And if you find my last shred of sanity while you're at it, send it my way. It probably needs realigning.
Happy to volunteer. To be the one to realign you, Collie.
Well, damn, Daniel. I could be into that.
Holly, report to my quarters immediately. Bring the rock polisher.
All right, best be off. But I'd be keen to know what you'd be up for later.
Who knew Daniel had that in him? Before Collie and Daniel can get to their realigning, Collie makes her way to Thorn's cabin cautiously and ready to realign the bridge of his nose if needed.
Enter. Collie, I have something for you.
Yes, sir?
Here, I need this relocated. It's cluttering my chi or something. Margot says this is the kind of thing I need to remove in order to attract wealth. Get rid of it. Burn it. Whatever. I don't care.
Yes, sir. Right away. But where would you like me to dispose of this, sir?
Just out of my sight, and then get back to polishing my precious stones.
What's this? A market analysis of Milton's holdings. With notes? Lab-grown trash. A blight on the industry. Must be neutralized. Okay, so Thorn is Harry Milton's #1 hater.
Margot's riddle has the twins tiptoeing through the guest cabins like highly caffeinated ninjas on a mission from a very passive-aggressive crystal healer. Their objective? Find Thorn's ledger before the weather, or Margot's patience breaks.
It smells like potpourri from 1997. You check under the bed? Could be taped on the back of this truly hideous seascape painting. Nope, just more dust bunnies the size of the New York City Rat King.
Barometer's plummeting like my approval ratings. That squall line is intensifying far quicker than forecasted. This is developing into a Class 3, no, potentially Class 4 weather event. Oh, shit. All crew, this is the captain. Secure all exterior decks immediately. Double lashings on all movable objects. Prepare for heavy weather and immediate evasive course alteration. All non-essential personnel to their designated interior safety stations. This is not a drill, people. Repeat, secure all exterior decks.
While the twins navigate a dusty clue, Mother Nature decides to demonstrate what actual chaotic energy feels like.
No! Oh, mia creazione! My cyclone serenity shot. She is leaking. The sacred elixir of goji berry and habanero. It bleeds green all over my pristine counter.
All hands. Starboard deck. Emergency. The main sail is blown out. Repeat, catastrophic failure to the main sail. All available crew to the starboard deck immediately. Move!
Heave on that line! Daniel, secure it to the winch now! Jenny, stay clear of that boom. We need to get this canvas down before it takes out the mast.
Quick! Daniel, tie the goats to the railing.
Bridge to deck. We need to reduce pressure immediately or we risk catastrophic damage to the mast and rigging. I'm directing an ordered, controlled release of the main halyard. It'll be necessary to sever the entirety of the compromised section. This constitutes a formal directive.
Cutting it's a total snooze and dangerous with all this wind flying around. I've read the Yachting for Dummies book you handed me, and it's gonna be a disaster. If we just tie off the loose rope and, yank the sail down, we could actually save it from ripping to shreds. Seriously, I know how this will work.
That's an untested maneuver in these conditions, Milton. It puts too much load on secondary rigging points not designed for this stress. We'll stick to the established emergency protocol. My order stands. Prepare to cut. That is final.
Okay, so here's the thing, Captain. I totally get the whole protocol thing, right? But hello, we're not in Kansas or even Cassis anymore. This storm is next level chaos. It's giving major apocalypse vibes, not follow the rulebook vibes. If we stick to that, we're gonna be picking up mast pieces from the ocean floor. Seriously, it's time to be smart, not just by the book, you know?
I am the captain on this vessel, Miss Milton, not you. And my orders are final. You will do as you were told immediately, or I will see personally you are written up for gross insubordination and confined below deck for the remainder of this charter. Is that understood?
Captain, I hope obsessing over this manual doesn't sink us. This feels like a Titanic reenactment. Let's avoid that.
The battle to save the sail rages on, and so does the battle between Captain Lucas and Third Stew Jenny. Their argument, fueled by adrenaline, fear, and a whole heap of unresolved personal tension, now spills onto the open comms channel for all the crew to enjoy, endure, mostly endure.
Deck team report. Milton, I need an update on that primary clue shackle. It must be disengaged to relieve the pressure before the boom makes that awful snapping sound again.
I am on it, Lucas. But the shackle is seized solid and the cleat on the other side is loose. It's completely jammed in the fitting. I'm trying, but it's wet and it's slippery and I can't get a good grip. It needs some serious persuasion. I'm gonna work it loose.
Lucas? Jenny is the third stew, not your first mate. I could really use her help battening down the hatches in the main salon. Respectfully.
Work it loose? Jenny, this isn't a spa treatment. Use some force. And Khaya, on your post. Jenny thinks reading a couple books is enough to challenge my experience. Well, then let her have at it. Put your whole body into it if you have to, Jenny. I need that line slack, and I need it now. The entire operation is depending on your ability to release the tension.
I'm giving it everything I've got. It's so freaking stiff. It just won't go in. I mean, the shackle pin won't go into the kringle. It's like trying to thread a very angry, very wet noodle.
Angry, wet noodle, Jenny, focus. You need to find the opening and guide it in, gently at first, then with increasing firmness. Coax it if you have to. Lube it up with something if it helps. We need that connection.
Lube it up? With what, Captain? The tears from my shattered hopes and dreams? This thing is monstrous. It needs more than just a gentle coaxing. It needs a miracle. Or a much bigger tool.
Okay, the tool is adequate, Jenny. It's all about the angle of insertion and the rhythmic pressure. I'm coming down there myself to provide direct manual assistance.
Captain? Jenny? While I am utterly riveted by this masterclass in applied maritime mechanics and your commitment to achieving full torque, perhaps you could table the discussion on tool adequacy and rhythmic pressure until after we've stopped the multi-million-dollar yacht from impersonating a submarine? Just a thought. Some of us are still attempting to, not die.
I didn't realize. I did it! The emergency cleat is secured, and I used my priceless copper pot as a wedge, no less. Ha! Take that, demon wind! My Nonna's pot saved us all!
Amidst the tempest and the accidental erotica, Gianmarco, fueled by desperation and a surprising knack for improvisation, might have just stolen the show and possibly saved the ship with cookware. The Great Squall, much like Lucas and Jenny's spectacularly ill-advised comm sex opera, has finally blown itself out. Daylight, bruised and grey, seeps back into the world. The Yachty By Nature is battered, but unbroken, largely thanks to a dented pot and its theatrical owner. Gianmarco is currently taking his bows.
And then, ecco, with the strength of 10 enraged gladiators and the strategic genius of Caesar himself, I, Gianmarco, wrestled the demonic rigging into submission using only my ancestral saucier and sheer willpower. The angle was everything. The raw, visceral heroism.
Gianmarco, you were incredible. That pot wedge maneuver, pure genius. You totally saved the day. We owe you like 1 million Michelin stars. Or at least a very expensive bottle of something.
Cara Jenny, for you, for this magnificent vessel, for the honor of culinary artistry, I would wrestle a kraken with a breadstick.
And the goats made it through. Oh my gosh, all thanks to you and your pot, Gianmarco.
It was nothing, a mere trifle. Though perhaps Mr. Thorne will finally recognize the multifaceted nature of my brilliance.
Luckily, he's been sound asleep in his cabin this whole time. Even Margot knew better than to be in the way.
Miss Milton, Chef Gianmarco, while your post-crisis euphoria is noted, there's still significant duties to attend to. Jenny, I require a full inventory of all compromised rigging equipment, cross-reference with original purchase invoices, immediately. And Chef, the galley no doubt requires your less agile attentions.
Compromised rigging? Lucas, we just survived a hurricane by the skin of our teeth and a copper pot. Can the inventory wait 5 minutes? Gianmarco was a hero.
Heroism, Miss Milton, does not negate the need for diligent adherence to post-incident protocol. And as for the chef, his primary heroism should be confined to the creation of edible, non-hazardous foodstuffs. That is what he is paid for, not pot-based acrobatics.
Acrobatics? Capitano, that was innovation, passion, the soul of Italy in metallic form.
You know what, Lucas? For someone who was just broadcasting his deeply personal sail handling techniques all over the yacht, you've got a lot of nerve critiquing the actual life-saving ingenuity. Maybe if your captain's credo had a chapter on not being a pompous, jealous prat, we'd all be better off.
Milton, it's about doing things correctly, properly. Otherwise, it's all just chaos, which you may be used to, but it's not how I run this ship. I'm putting this down. Third stew, J. Milton, shows a worrying tendency to ignore standard operating procedures and needs closer supervision.
Oh, goody. More notes for my file. What's this? Displayed initiative and competence, causing the captain to have a panic attack? Like, should I expect a discount on my next yachtwear purchase or something?
I'm noting a clear disregard for protocol. Protocol that, frankly, keeps people from getting hurt or breaking very expensive equipment. Just try to stick to the book, all right? Your opinions can wait. Milton, hey, what do you think you're doing? Milton, that's my notebook!
You know what, Captain? I was just thinking about buoyancy. Important maritime concept, right? Let's run a little experiment.
You actually threw my entire life into the sea! Are you insane?
Consider it a practical demonstration, Captain, in letting go. Or maybe just an offering to whatever god handles yacht crew complaints. Pretty sure they're overworked.
I think Commsgate just had an aftershock.
When personal and professional lines get that tangled, someone's bound to get throttled by the rigging. Poor Lucas. Poor Jenny. Poor Gianmarco's pot.
While Lucas retreats to nurse his wounded pride and Jenny fumes over her captain's apparent jealousy, Margot, creeping on the deck, ever the opportunist, sees an opening. Gianmarco, deflated and yearning for validation, is prime for the picking.
Chef Gianmarco, that was quite the performance during the storm. Resourceful. Mr. Thorne would be almost impressed if he worked in his portable isolation float tank. A shame Captain Lucas doesn't fully appreciate your dynamic problem-solving.
Signorina Margot, he sees only a cook. He does not see the artista, the eroe.
Precisely. But I see it, and I believe Mr. Thorne could be made to see it too. Perhaps even invest in your future culinary endeavors. I've heard some whisperings on land that you might need a bit of support there, and Thorne is always looking for unique talents. There's just a small matter I need assistance with.
Why come to me?
Oh, because you, Chef, have access and a certain flair. And because Thorn listens to me, I need you to retrieve a data key for me.
Data key? Che cosa?
A little recording device. It looks like this. See the little bird design on it? I know precisely where a careless former associate likely stashed it, and I will ensure Thor not only sings your praises, but perhaps even bankrolls your next restaurant. Think of it, Gianmarco's Trattoria, funded by Augustus Thorn. Jenny would be oh so impressed. And just to ensure your full cooperation, if you recall, I happen to know the rather explosive secret about young Daniel, about his true parentage. It would be a tragedy if Mr. Thorn, in his current agitated state, were to learn that Harry Milton has 2 children surfing on his yacht, one of them rather undeclared. Such a discovery could have widespread repercussions for everyone. I believe the data key is hidden within the casing of the emergency distress beacon in the port side tender. Bring it to me by morning, and no one else needs to know about our little arrangement, especially not the twins.
Daniel, I got it. The ledger. It was blown under the life raft during the worst part of the storm. It's soaked, but Margot.
An invigorating display of teamwork, Miss Milton. And resourcefulness in a crisis. Nature certainly provided an excellent distraction.
Here, Thorn's financial zen. Found it while checking the lashings. Lucky us.
Okay, you fulfilled your end of our energetic exchange. As for mine, the insight regarding your mother, Elodie Dubois, and the 2019 charter. Well, maybe I won't tell you.
Margot, come on. We did what you asked. Tell us what you know.
Oh, I can see the Milton coming out on you, Daniel, sweetie. Fine, just for you, my almost stepson. Elodie Dubois was attempting to expose a rather significant karmic imbalance in
Talk like a human, please, Marg.
Augustus Thorn's financial dealings, specifically through a shell corporation known as Argus Holdings. Money laundering, arms deals, that sort of imbalanced portfolio. She was gathering proof against Thorn.
Mum was a whistleblower.
Mr. Thorn does not appreciate threats to his abundance. Your mother played a dangerous game. Now you have a piece of it. What you do with this knowledge, that will truly determine your karmic trajectory. Choose wisely. The universe is watching. And so am I.
I am so over her.
You said it, sister.
Oh, that was cute.
Thanks. Thought I'd be chummy and give it a try.
Oh my god, Chummy, try. Oh, stop it, you're so weird and British.
As our twins grow closer, so does the truth about Elodie Dubois, a noble crusader against Augustus Thorn. Our twins wanted answers. They've just been handed a stick of ethically sourced fair trade dynamite with a very short hemp-wick fuse. The storm on the seas has passed, and the goats may have survived, but the storm of secrets, lies, and very powerful, very manipulative enemies, it's finally here. Dawn on the Yachty By Nature, day 5 of Thorn's charter, and Chef Gianmarco is already marinated in a thick sauce of terror. Margot's blackmail hangs over him like a poorly sharpened guillotine. Retrieve the hidden data key, or Daniel's secret Milton heritage gets served up to Thorn on a silver platter. So far, Gianmarco's James Bond audition is looking more like a very sad, very sweaty outtake.
Niente, nothing. This accursed beacon, she is empty as my wallet after a bad hand in Monaco. Margot will have my liver for this. Daniel will be finito. And Jenny will never see the hero beneath this quivering mountain of terror.
Is that the sound of culinary incompetence I hear, Chef? Or are you attempting to communicate with dolphins? My meditative morning has been shattered by your aquatic fumbling. I require an immediate 7-course breakfast that reflects the quiet triumph of capitalism over common decency. Oh, and Margot desires a single perfectly spherical, tear-shaped melon ball. See to it.
The beacon is empty. A trick. But Margot said the key was vital. Wait, Kali disabled Thorn's network. Kali, the clever one. The tech witch, of course.
Captain's log. Stardate supplemental. Post-squall analysis indicates exemplary performance by key rigging components, despite unorthodox suggestions from junior staff. My decisive leadership, as outlined in Credo Chapter 14, quote, steering through tempests of both weather and willfulness, unquote, once again proved paramount. The ship is secure. My authority mostly intact.
Captain, the preliminary damage report for the mainsail and a list of linguistically compromised comms channels. They may require an exorcism.
Yeah, the report. Place it on the chart table, Miss Milton. Thank you.
Lucas, about yesterday.
Look, all crew performed adequately to protocol, okay? As expected under my command, so nothing further to discuss.
Yeah, well, protocol also dictates not sounding like you're auditioning for a late-night adult film festival over open comms while the ship is about to capsize. But fine. Be a pompous, rule-obsessed. Never mind. Daniel and I need to find out what happened to our mother. Margot said that Mom was investigating Thorn and a company called Argus Holdings.
Argus Holdings. I've heard whispers. Private security, very discreet, very expensive. It's a favorite of the 1%.
Margot was almost too helpful with that name. It felt personal. We think that Nightingale unit that Kali found might have answers. We need to access it.
Accessing Mr. Thorne's private property? Miss Milton, that is a flagrant violation of the charter rules.
It's our one chance to find out if Thorn was involved in our mother's disappearance. Try putting that in your credo, Captain.
Jenny, fresh from another emotionally constipated encounter with Captain Lucas, has found a new sparring partner, Daniel. Before they risk involving more of the crew, the Milton twins try a more direct approach. Operation: infiltrate their own company's past. It is not going well.
Anything?
Just the official corporate filings. Dad's shareholder letters, Mom's press releases for the foundation. It's all sanitized. I'm trying to access the archived internal server from 2018-2019, but Dad's old credentials aren't working.
Of course they're not. Post-mortem lockdown, standard procedure. We're locked out of our own history. This is why I keep saying we need to modernize the data infrastructure. If everything was cloud-based, this just would never happen.
Oh, here we go. Is this really the time to be pitching a new IT budget? We have to focus.
I'm talking about efficiency. We're sitting here blind because Dad ran $1 billion company like a local jewelry shop, all based on handshakes and trust. Look at where it got him.
Yeah, he's a billionaire, and we're on a yacht, New Broish. But it's not about profits, Daniel. It's about principles. Dad wanted Milton Diamonds to be the ethical choice. We should be liquidating the conflict stone assets immediately, not phasing them out to be a people pleaser.
Phasing them out is what keeps the company afloat, so we have a legacy to uphold. If we dump those assets now, the stock plummets before the IPO, and Thorn buys us for parts. Is that what Elodie, Mum, would have wanted? To lose everything because we were too idealistic.
What Mom would have wanted was for us not to become corporate ghouls like Thorn. She saw the rot in this world, and that's what we have to fight. That Nightingale unit is our only link to what she found. Now, are you done being a venture capitalist, or can we go talk to Kali?
Ugh, fine, let's go. Just try not to promise Khaya our entire R&D budget to crack it.
Don't worry. I'll just promise her your share.
Funny, real funny.
It's open. Whoa. You two look like you were about to stage a hostile takeover of each other.
We were just having a spirited discussion about family business.
He means I have a conscience and he has a calculator.
Ah, right. Classic twins. Got it. What's up?
Margot confirmed that Mom was investigating Thorn and Argus Holdings in 2019. If that recording device was active, then...
We need to access its archives, Khaya. We know it's a huge risk, but we need your help before Thorn or Margot make their next move.
Let's go hunting.
Collie, never one to back down from a challenge or a chance to stick it to Thorn, has agreed to help. Operation Crack the Nightingale is a go. Her cabin is giving Minority Report on the high seas. If Tom Cruise had better taste in throw pillows and a killer playlist. Daniel, clearly impressed, hovers nearby, occasionally offering surprisingly astute tech suggestions. Sparks, as they say, are flying, and not just from the overloaded circuits.
Okay, Thorne's encryption is a beast, military grade. But he has an ego, and egotists always leave a back door. They can't resist taking a peek. Daniel, hand me the signal booster. Let's amplify the junk data frequency.
You're amazing, Holly. Seriously, most people would see a spy camera. You see a puzzle box waiting to be solved.
Nothing a few rigorous classes at a technical school can't teach you.
You're absolutely brilliant. Beautiful and brilliant. I mean beautifully brilliant at your work.
Just trying to keep things interesting, Daniel. And trying to keep you and your sister out of an international incident. Okay. Almost there. Got it. Bypass the primary encryption. Now for the archive access.
Outside Collie's cabin, Gianmarco lurks, torn between his fear of Margot and his guilt about betraying his friends.
The twins are in there with the device, the data chiave. I need a diversion, something dramatic. A small, contained fire? No, too cliché. A sudden, passionate declaration of love for Kali to distract her? No, Jenny would misunderstand. Dio mio, what would Nonna do? Nonna would probably hit someone with a rolling pin and take what she needed. Yes, courage. No fires, but what about this fire extinguisher?
What the heck was that?
Seriously? Now? Stay here. Don't touch anything. I'll check it out.
I'll sneak into the room while the clouds give me cover. What's going on here? Is the ship on fire? Gianmarco, what are you doing with that fire extinguisher? Capitano, I sensed a rogue spark, a potential culinary inferno. I acted decisively to save us all. Again.
As Collie rushes back into her cabin, she finds Gianmarco making a desperate attempt to grab for the Nightingale unit on her desk. The chaos Gianmarco created was the perfect smokescreen for about 3 seconds. Collie, whose situational awareness is sharper than her wit, is not amused. The fight for the Nightingale unit is on, and it's less Mission Impossible and more the Three Stooges.
Gianmarco, what do you think you're doing?
Give it to me!
No, let go!
I need the device, Calico.
Stop! No!
Release it! Please! Margot will... She will feed me to the critics. Hey! Enough! All of you, stand down! Gianmarco, release that device. What by the ghost of Captain Nemo is the meaning of all of this?
Cornered, outmaneuvered, and probably smelling faintly of fire retardant, Gianmarco finally cracks. Lucas listens, his face a storm of conflicting emotions.
And she said, if I did not get her the chiave, the data key, which is that infernal blinking box of secrets, she would tell Thorne everything about Daniel, that he's Harry Milton's son. She promised me riches, glory, Jenny's love. I am a fool, un imbecile. You don't understand. I grew up with nothing. Dirt floors, empty cupboards. My nonna, she would skip meals so I could eat. I swore on her grave I would become someone. That I would drag our name out of the mud with my bare hands. One perfect dish at a time. I built an empire from polenta ai sogni. To lose it all now, to become that hungry, invisible boy again. Il mio terrore più profondo. It is my deepest terror. And Margot, she saw it in my eyes. She dangled everything I ever wanted. The money to save my crumbling restaurants, my reputation restored like a phoenix from the ashes. Fame beyond imagining.
Oh, Gianmarco. Margot played you. She played all of us. Lucas, he was just trying to protect Daniel and my family. We all are.
Margot, blackmailing my crew, threatening a Milton. This is an outrage against every principle in my credo. Chapter 22 clearly states, quote, a captain must protect his flock, even from she-devils and designer dresses, unquote. And to actively try to use Thorne's own surveillance against him? I mean, it's a mutiny. It must be stopped. I will protect my crew,
Protect me?
my general people. is what I was saying, of course.
The way our captain looks at Jenny, their eyes lock for a charged moment. The memory of their comms incident mixed with their current crisis and his undeniable feelings flashes between them.
Captain, the twins caught me up. This device I'm holding might be the only way to find out what really happened to Elodie Dubois and to get leverage against Thorne and Margot before they destroy Daniel and the Milton IPO and this entire yacht's morale. But things might get messier. There could be a breach of proper protocol. Your call. Rules or results?
To hell with Margot's games. And to hell with Thorne's definition of privacy. Kali, can you get us into those 2019 archives sooner than later? And Gianmarco, thank you for your honesty. You may have been a fool, but you were a brave one. Now let's see what secrets this little bird has been keeping, huh?
The decision is made. Captain Lucas, in a move that would send his beloved Credo into a conniption fit, has chosen his crew. Collie, with a supporting cast of anxious Miltons and one deeply repentant chef, dives into the digital belly of Thorne's Nightingale. The mission: find Elodie, find the truth.
Okay, Margot's desperation means she doesn't have remote access to these archives. She needed the physical unit. The encryption is a nightmare, but she left a faint digital trail trying to get in herself, a breadcrumb.
You're scary good at this, Collie.
Thanks, Daniel. I took a coding class at Los Positas Community College before I fell in love with Yachting 101.
This seems a bit more advanced.
Well, I may have also spent some time in Palo Alto advising a gaggle of tech baddies on relationship drama. Picked up some tips.
Yeah, you're gonna find it. I've never been more sure of anything.
Don't get all soft on me now, Milton. I've got a reputation to maintain. Okay, so, using her breadcrumb to bypass. Yes! Sweet mother of all back doors, I am in. Accessing archive directory, date stamp, 2019. Document type, passenger manifest unredacted.
The real one? Is Elodie on it?
Milton Philanthropy Charter 2019, official passenger and crew manifest. Dubois Elodie, confirmed on board. Notes, personal guest of JL, restricted access.
She was there. Oh my god, she was really there.
Keep going, Collie. Anything on Argus Holdings?
Contracted personnel, security by Argus Holdings. Entertainment and special guest services listed as intuitive guidance and personal energy realignment by one Margaret Lawrence.
Margaret Lawrence? Who the hell is that? A realtor? From Indiana?
Margaret Lawrence. Why does that name sound so familiar to me? Oh my god, Margaret. Margot's full name is Margaret. And Lawrence? Dad said that was like the fake name that she would give out as a Swiss airline stewardess to guys who hit on her. Oh my god. Margaret Lawrence is Margot.
Well. Look what the cat dragged in. Playing detective, were we? How predictable. Well, shoot. Took you kids long enough. I was about ready to send you a postcard.
Oh my god, I knew your accent was fake.
Indeed, my dear Margaret, it seems the performance is finally over. Our young friends have figured it all out.
Actually, Gus, your performance is over.
What are you talking about, Margie?
The name Lawrence should mean something to you, Jenny. Julian Lawrence. Does your dad's memory stretch back that far? He was Harry Milton's first partner, the man your sainted father cheated out of a fortune to build his ethical diamond empire.
Julian Lawrence? Dad said he just retired.
He didn't leave willingly. He was pushed out. And for 20 years, my father has been building his own empire. A very private, very effective one. You call it Argus Holdings. I call it the family business. You see, Gus, you were a necessary investor. A tool to get us access to the board, to the IPO, to the Meltons themselves. Your funding was appreciated. But Dad's instructed me to cut you loose. You've become a liability.
Oh, you backstabbing. I built you. I gave you everything.
You gave us seed money. We're grateful, but Argus is taking over the Melton IPO. Your shares will be absorbed, and Melton Diamonds will become our first major subsidiary. A little tribute to my father's stolen legacy. Thanks for playing.
What are you gonna do? Kill me?
No, that's so old school. You're going to resign and walk away quietly, you perverted HR nightmare.
Oh, no. I suppose at times I've been a bit of a tadpole of misbehavior.
We've had dozens and dozens of well-documented complaints, witnesses, and statements. You're done. Meet me in the main salon to sign your resignation letter. Now, to the four of you. As you can see, management is under new management.
Gianmarco will save us.
Gianmarco is currently stuck in the galley cooking a 12-course meal, specially requested by his biggest and greatest new investor, me. Now, sit tight while Thorne and I will be in the main salon to discuss all your futures, or lack thereof.
Forget the game, the entire board has been flipped. The enemy of my enemy is just the next enemy in line. Thorne the Predator has become the prey. And Margot, Margaret Lawrence, has revealed herself not as a queen on the board, but as the ruthless hand of a hidden king. The Miltons aren't just fighting for their company anymore. They're fighting a ghost from their father's past. A ghost that has just staged the most hostile takeover in history. Final day of this thorny charter. The last leg of a journey that brought our two estranged twins to the high seas, searching for a ghost from their past. The crew of the Yachty By Nature, a floating testament to questionable life choices, is in a bit of a pickle. The artist formerly known as Margot, now Maggie, a woman who is basically a walking Pinterest board of revenge, is about to blow up the Milton family secret. When last we left the crew of the Yachty By Nature, the board had been flipped. The villains had revealed themselves, and the bridge door had been magnetically locked, trapping our heroes. The game is over, and the end game has just begun.
Okay, so just to recap, Dad's evil ex-partner Julian Lawrence and his even more evil daughter Margaret, formerly known as Margot, have been scheming to destroy our family and steal our company, and now Midwestern Margie has trapped us on the bridge. Did I miss anything?
It's locked. She actually locked us on the bridge. Us and the frickin' goats.
Don't be mean to the goats. They're not bad people.
And she's disabled manual override from this terminal. We're in a 5-star prison with a really great view.
Okay, I'm having a full-blown panic attack, but I'm also, weirdly impressed by her efficiency. This is all very thorough. I mean, the follow-through is amazing.
We are trapped like a raviolo in its doughy tomb.
Julian Lawrence, Dad's partner. He said the man retired to Florida to play golf. He didn't say that he started an evil empire to get revenge on him. That feels like a pretty big omission.
All right, listen up. Guys, panicking is not in the credo, okay? And it will not be tolerated on my bridge. We are not trapped. We are inconvenienced. Kali, what is our status?
She controls the entire ship, but she can't see or hear us in here.
Okay, then we use a different exit. Every yacht has service conduits the owners don't know about, and it leads to the main service corridor.
Ugh, a secret floor tunnel? I knew I shouldn't have worn white. Oh my god, there's wires everywhere. We're never gonna get through this. There's no space or path through this. Wait. Goat Lucas! Goat Gianmarco! Goat Thorne! Get in here and chew us a path!
Dio mio, it worked. That's immense. Maravilloso.
No way.
Get it, boys. Okay, so we escape. Then what?
Our only goal now is to find out what happened to your mother. Forget Margot. Forget the IPO. We need to find the truth.
Wow. Thanks for caring so much about our mum.
Well, you two are a part of this crew, and I care about you. Because you're crew.
All right, and that's our objective. Gianmarco, you'll guide Kali and Daniel to the server room to access the archives. Jenny and I'll create the diversion in the salon.
Aye, Captain.
Sir.
Captain's log, supplemental. Objective, evade capture via non-traditional egress. Sub-objective, avoid scuffing uniform and service conduit. Crew morale, a mix of terror and bizarre enthusiasm. The odds, logically, are not in our favor. And yet...
There's nothing quite like crawling through the literal bowels of a multi-million-dollar yacht to really make you question your life choices.
Are you alright? It's tight in here.
Just peachy, but thanks for asking.
Yeah, of course, always.
Okay, we're in position outside the salon. The vibe is very corporate retreat from hell. How are you guys doing? And please don't describe what you're touching.
We're moving. It smells like regret and old pipes down here.
We're at the server room now, starting the hack. You guys need to buy us as much time as you can.
Okay, we're going in.
The captain and the third stewardess, and 3 goats. I was wondering when you'd show up. I have to say, I'm disappointed. I expected more of a struggle, TBH.
Well, the fight is just beginning, Margaret. And Thorn.
I'm out of this fight. Oh, Captain, my captain.
Oh, Lucas, honey. That's adorable. Now is the time for you to watch as I dismantle your lives. It's performance review season. You were on a pip, and you've all failed.
You know what? For a person with unlimited resources, your monologue is kind of lazy. Like, I've heard better threats on reality TV. You could do so much better, Diva. I believe in you. So what's your angle? Disgruntled heir emerges from obscurity? Because I feel like that's been done.
That's cute. But in 10 minutes, I have a press conference scheduled. I'll be announcing the existence of Harry Milton's secret rogue son. Your IPO will be dead on arrival. Your family will be a laughingstock. You're checkmated.
A press conference. See, now that has potential. Very dramatic. You really do have a flair for this.
Okay, Daniel, I'm hitting a wall. Searching for Elliott Dubois is a dead end. Her name has been scrubbed.
What about the clue we found before? The initials. JL.
J. Julian Lawrence. Good call. Okay, searching for files connected to him. All right, I've got encrypted financials. Oof, this is where it gets tricky.
While Jenny stalls for time by offering unsolicited brand management advice to a supervillain, Collie follows the money. Because when all else fails, you follow the money.
You can stall all you want. Nothing can stop what's coming.
Oh, I'm not stalling. I'm workshopping. Your narrative is weak. If you really want to make a splash, you need a hook. What's your apathetic but secretly vulnerable deckhand-turned-heir's motivation? You haven't thought this through.
I've thought everything through. This is the only thing I've been thinking about for years.
What about the bracelet? Was losing that part of your plan?
No, you stealing my bracelet was not part of my plan. My father gave me that bracelet when he had me promise to take your family down. And you know where he got it?
TJ Maxx?
Your mother, precious ED. Elodie. He took it from her and gave it to me.
Oh my God, that's why it matched the necklace. I knew it.
Daddy took it from her, from Elodie, just like he took Daniel away from her. We controlled everything. She had to do what we said, and we knew we could use him one day to ruin everything for the perfect Miltons. It's been us, the whole time.
Daniel, I'm in. I hacked the server. Okay, I'm seeing monthly high-value payments from a Milton Lawrence slush fund to a numbered Swiss corporation.
Can you trace it?
No, it's a ghost corp, a dead end. Unless... Wait a minute. Okay, I'm cross-referencing the payment dates with the unredacted passenger manifest from the 2019 charter. Let's see if anyone's travel was paid for by our Swiss ghost. One guest. A woman who boarded in Portofino, listed as ED.
That's her.
Bingo! A woman was airlifted off the yacht mid-charter. Official reason is acute auditory distress. I thought maybe she just couldn't handle Riley's sea shanties, but the passenger's initials are ED.
Oh my God. Here it is. A medical transport log authorized by Thorn, paid for by Argus. Destination, the Institut Leclerc Rousseau, a private care facility in the Swiss Alps. Note says, indefinite stay for memory care. They locked her away to keep her quiet. We've got a location.
Steady, Lucas, we got it.
What's so funny? Did you finally snap?
No, this is just, you know when you've been looking for something forever, like your favorite lipstick, and you think it's gone, but then you find it in a random purse or a box or in a $1 billion yacht? It's kind of like that, but like 1,000,000 times better.
You've lost your mind. This is the part where you beg.
No, see, this is the part where I realize you have nothing. Your whole plan is based on us being ashamed of our family, but we just found out where our mother, Elliott, is. Honestly, nothing else even matters right now. You wanted to reveal our secret? Go for it, girl. In fact, let us help you.
You think I care about your little family reunion? You think this was just about embarrassing you? Oh, honey. Your brother's story is the smoke. This is the fire. This Nightingale data key contains a meticulously crafted portfolio of evidence proving your father engaged in corporate sabotage and fraud to oust my father. Forged wire transfers, doctored audio recordings. It's a work of art. It has already been sent to a dozen financial reporters at the Wall Street Journal and the Times, set to unlock with a keyword from me. Your heartwarming family story won't stop an SEC investigation. The IPO will be frozen by morning. Your family won't just be a scandal. It'll be a crime scene. You're ruined.
Collie, can you stop it? Can you stop the release?
No, it's out there. I can't hack the world's reporters. We're out of moves.
It's a shame, really. I was starting to like you. Well, not really. But this was fun. Let's never do it again.
Nope, she's not taking this from us, Jenny. She's not taking Mum away again.
What are you doing? Are you going live right now? Who are you going to broadcast to? Your 300 followers?
Actually, he's on my account. My 10 million followers will be very interested in what he's got to say.
Hi, everyone. You probably don't know me. I'm Daniel. My full name is Daniel Livingston Milton. My father is Harry Milton, and my sister is Jenny. And I couldn't be prouder to finally be part of this family. A minute ago, we found out, Jenny and I, where our birth mother, Elliott, is. And we're going to get her back and finally meet her. Today, my family was threatened by a lie that was designed to tear us apart, but they can't hurt us. Because the truth is, for years I thought I was alone. But I'm not. I have a sister, I have a father, and now I have a chance to have a mother again. That's the only story that matters. Everything else is just noise.
My God, it's everywhere. Your little speech, it's going viral. A billionaire scion's emotional plea for family. The Milton Miracle. They're calling it the story of the year. Oh, if you release yours now, Maggie, you won't look like a whistleblower. You'll look like a bitter monster trying to ruin the most heartwarming story of the decade. You're not just checkmated, Margaret. You've been erased from the board.
And there it is. The moment the gun is unloaded, the moment a secret, wielded as a weapon, is turned into a story, and a pretty charming one at that.
No! That's not how it's supposed to work! It's a scandal! You're supposed to be ashamed!
Sorry, I guess we're just not that easily embarrassed. It's a family trait. Champagne, Daniel?
Well, this is remarkable. Milton IPO gets last-minute boost from heartwarming story of reunited family. It appears the market has a soft spot for nepotism when it's framed well. Your scandal just made them millions.
Ugh! This isn't over.
I don't know, Margot. It feels pretty over. Like, credits rolling, everyone go home over. But hey, thanks for coming. Why don't you go sit in your little cabin and think about how you just failed so hard? Bye, sweetie.
Don't celebrate yet. You think you've won? You and your father with your ethically sourced diamonds. Let me tell you something about this business. There are no clean hands. A diamond is just compressed carbon born of immense pressure and heat. It doesn't care if it was mined by a happy union worker or a child or forged in your daddy's precious labs. Its value is a lie we all agree to believe. Your father's great ethical empire is just a marketing campaign built on a prettier lie than mine, and that I find disgusting.
Wow, super dark. You know, you should really talk to somebody about that. How about you follow Margie Poo and trudge right on downstairs, loser?
Collie, now that we know where she is, do you think we can contact Elliott?
I'm way
No, but do it anyway.
Hello?
Mom?
That voice. I know that voice from my dreams. Jenny, is that you?
Mum, it's Daniel too. We're here. We're both here.
My children. I knew you'd find me. I always knew. It's really you. Oh, it's really you.
Our twins have finally found their mother. With Margot and Thorne safely secured below deck, the Miltons realize they only have one more decision to sort out.
Do we rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
Sis, you can't be serious.
What? We missed out on a whole childhood of games like that. Come on.
I am not rock, paper, scissors shooting you for the CEO of Milton Diamonds when Dad retires.
Ugh, you're such a lame little brother.
No way. I'm definitely the older one.
Oh my god, no? Have you seen us in a crisis? You're all like, ah! And I'm all like, I got this.
So wrong. But we do work pretty well together. Let's just do that. Let's just be co-CEOs.
Wow, co-CEO? With you? I mean, okay, let's think about this. The title is like amazing, and the business cards would look so sick. But you know what? I think I found my place. And it's not in a boardroom. It's out here, living my life for me. I want to captain my own boat, both literally and figuratively. So my answer is no. But I'll be your most demanding shareholder.
Love you, sis.
Love you too, bro.
Collie, did you hear? You're looking at the new CEO of Milton Diamonds.
Oh, wow. A promotion. That's hot. Does the new CEO have any executive orders planned for his first day?
Just one. Taking you to dinner in Paris. Tonight, my jet.
Now you're talking, Mr. Milton.
Gianmarco, where have you been? Do you even know what happened?
My friends, my family, I have been cooking and creating the most beautiful and simple meal of my life. I'm done with the frills of the Michelin stars. I remember now who I am, who Nonna would have wanted me to be. I leave to build a new restaurant, no, a hole in the wall, built on a dream of simplicity and heart. But I will never forget you. My new menu will have a dish for each of you. The Lucas will be very rigid, but surprisingly tender. The Jenny will be deceptively spicy.
How apropos.
The Kali will be brilliant.
Yeah, of course.
And the Daniel. The Daniel will bring it all together.
Oh, love it.
Here's to the crew of the Yachty By Nature.
To the crew.
So, Jenny, I've been offered a new commission, a book commission, but I'll need somewhere to write it. Maybe on a small sailboat? And I find myself wanting a first mate who has no regard for the rules. An adventure. With me?
I'm in, but I'm captain. And maybe now we can see if we actually have something. Not just over the comms.
And just when things couldn't get any more dramatic...
Guys, look, it's a drone. And it dropped this.
Oh my god, it's a wedding invitation. Dad and Captain Bernadette are getting married.
What? Give me that. Oh my god! In 2 days! Okay, it's just a couple of ports away. Should we all?
Point the way, Captain Jenny.
All right. Is everyone in for this? Daniel?
Yeah, buddy.
Collie?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Gianmarco? Gianmarco!
Where'd he go?
He's probably downstairs working on his creation.
Guys, I don't think so.
Help! Help!
They've got Gianmarco!
Oh my god! Marco and Thorne!
They're getting away with him!
We're coming, Gianmarco.
Turn off the oven! Don't let my biscotti melt!
Okay, crew, let's go. Dad and Captain B can wait. Follow that boat.
So the season ends, but our adventure does not. Our dear, recently humbled Chef Gianmarco has been kidnapped. But not to fear, our Milton twins are here. And though the journey ahead might be rough seas, everyone is exactly where they're meant to be.